week. What's brotherhood? Treat everyone as though he was your brother. And is there anyone in this United States that we do not treat as our brothers?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah.
The black people. Who else?
Indians.
Absolutely, the Indians. Many places in the United States. How are black people treated? How are Indians treated? How are people who are of a different color than we are treated?
They don't get anything in this world.
Why is that?
Because they're different colors.
You think you know how I would feel to be judged by the color of your skin?
Audio, video check. Yeah. Do I have video? Yes, I do. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Phone Tag Live Tag Your Morning Motivation with your boy B Miles, here to inspire, motivate, and entertain you during this Racism 20 Global Revolution. It's in full effect. It's a special show. It's called Deprogramming the Willie Lynch Syndrome. Deprogramming the Willie Lynch Syndrome. So this has already been figured out and done. But they probably discontinued this program and got rid of the people who created it and was behind it because it was too effective. It was just as effective as the Willie Lynch Syndrome. Pay attention.
This speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the banks of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his last name. Greetings, gentlemen. I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712. First, I shall thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I'm here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experimented with some of the newest and still the oldest methods for control of slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implemented. As our boat sails south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish, I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human bodies along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple miles back. And you're not only losing valuable stock by hangings, you are having uprisings, slaves are running away, your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit, you suffer occasional fires, your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are. I do not have to elaborate. I'm not here to enumerate your problems. I'm here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 400 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among slaves, and I take these differences and I make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about them. On the top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, sizes of plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley, on the hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old versus the old black male versus the young black male. The young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slave versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have white servants and overseers who distrust all black, but it's necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us. Gentlemen, these kids are your keys to control them. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for taking their time out to listen to the Willie Lynch letter. But I also want to explain the picture that you see illustrated in front of you. For some people, it may be real simple to get. For others, they might need a little bit of explanation on what the picture may stand for. But basically, at the bottom of the picture, you see two young black men, one with a gun pointed to his head, the other one with a gun in his hand, and he's pointing the gun. And attached to the gun, you see a string. Attached to his wrist, you see a string. And attached to his elbow, you see a string. And if you go to the left, you see a hand and strings attached to the fingers. Sort of like he's in control of everything the young black men do. And I'm going to show you this, how this connects to the Willie Lynch letter that he wrote in 1712. And it's 2010. And in the letter, he said, "This may last for 300 to 1,000 years. And the plan he implemented is still here today. We still hate each other. We still talk about the old black men, young black men. It's a generation gap. We talk about dark skin, light skin. Everything he implemented in his letter, we still struggle with it today. So basically, if you got enough time where you can go read the Willie Lynch letter and see how it affects you every day, you know, I think you would gladly appreciate it. So I just want to thank everybody. It's Dash Living. They say we don't read, so you got to put everything in video format. So that's what I did for y'all, for the youth, and for people that's not going to read and take their time out. To everybody, they think they make their own decisions. They think they make their own choices. And the whole way your genetic trait and your DNA works with somebody drawing up and creating it. So you live and you think, and your thought process is what someone created. So Undeniable TV, Dash Living, I'm out.
Thanks, Dash. That was a beautiful presentation of the Willie Lynch syndrome. It's deep. Still affects us today, but it's based on subtle differences between people and using these subtle differences to create division. But what we need to do is unite all of the people, all of the colors, all of the differences. That's what makes us special and beautiful. Each one plays a part in the beautiful thing that's supposed to be created. Every organ in your body is different, but together they make you whole. Think of that. Now we're going to show you this.
This is a special week. Does anybody know what it is?
Brotherhood.
National Brotherhood Week. What's brotherhood? Treat everyone as though he was your brother. And is there anyone in this United States that we do not treat as our brothers?
Yes.
Who?
The
The black people. Who else?
Indians.
Absolutely, the Indians. Many places in the United States. How are black people treated? How are Indians treated? How are people who are of a different color than we are treated?
They don't get anything in this world.
Why is that?
Because they're different colors.
You think you know how I would feel to be judged by the color of your skin? I don't. Do you think you do? No, I don't think you'd know how that felt unless you'd been through it, would you? It might be interesting to judge people today by the color of their eyes. Would you like to try this?
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Since I'm the teacher and I have blue eyes, I think maybe the blue-eyed people should be on top the first day. I mean, the blue-eyed people are the better people in this room. Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Blue-eyed people are smarter than brown-eyed people. This is a fact. The brown-eyed people do not get to use the drinking fountain. You'll have to use the paper cups. You brown-eyed people are not to play with the blue-eyed people on the playground. Well, the brown-eyed people in this room today are going to wear collars so that we can tell from a distance what color your eyes are. You ready, Laurie?
Brown-eyed.
She's a brown-eyed. You'll begin to notice today that we spend a great deal of time waiting for brown-eyed people. I don't see the yardstick, do you?
It's probably over there. Hey, Miss Lynch, you better keep that on your desk so the brown-eyed people get out of hand.
Oh, you think if the brown-eyed people get out of hand, that would be the thing to use? Who goes first to lunch?
Blue-eyed.
The blue-eyed people. Blue-eyed people may go back for seconds. Brown-eyed people do not.
Brown-eyed.
Don't you know?
They're not smart. And it seems like when we were down on the bottom, everything bad was happening to us.
The way they treated you, you felt like you didn't even want to try to do anything.
Seemed like Mrs. Elliott was taking our best friends away from us.
What happened at recess? Were two of you boys fighting?
Also call me names and I came in the gut.
What did he call you?
Brown eyes. They always call us that. Yeah, always call us brown eyes.
What's wrong with being called brown-eyed?
It means that we're stupider.
I watched what had been marvelous, cooperative, wonderful, thoughtful children turn into nasty, vicious, discriminating little third graders in a space of 15 minutes. Yesterday, I told you that brown-eyed people aren't as good as blue-eyed people. That wasn't true. I lied to you yesterday. The truth is that brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. Russell, where are your glasses?
I forgot them.
You forgot them. And what color are your eyes?
Blue.
Susan Ginder has brown eyes. She didn't forget her glasses.
Yeah.
Russell Ring has blue eyes, and what about his glasses?
He forgot them.
He forgot them. Yesterday we were visiting, and Greg said, "Boy, I like to hit my little sister as hard as I can. That's fun." What does that tell you about blue-eyed people?
They're naughty.
The brown-eyed people may take off their collars, and each of you may put your collar on a blue-eyed person. The brown-eyed people get 5 extra minutes of recess. You blue-eyed people are not allowed to be on the playground equipment. You blue-eyed people are not to play with the brown-eyed people. Brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. They're smarter than blue-eyed people. And if you don't believe it, look at Brian. I use Orton Gillingham Phonics. We use the card pack. The brown-eyed children were in the low class the first day, and it took them 5.5 minutes to get through the card pack. The second day, it took them 2.5 minutes. The only thing that had changed was the fact now they were superior people. You went faster than I've ever had anyone go through the card pack. Why couldn't you get them yesterday?
We had collars on.
You think the collars kept you?
just keep thinking about those collars.
Oh, and you couldn't think as well with the collars on. 4 minutes and 18 seconds. How long did it take you yesterday?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. How long did it take you today?
4 minutes and 18 seconds.
What happened?
Window.
What were you thinking of?
This.
I hate today.
You do. I hate too.
Because I'm blue-eyed.
See, I am too.
There's nothing, it's not funny, it's not fun, it's not pleasant. This is a filthy, nasty word called discrimination. We're treating people a certain way because they are different from the rest of us. Is that fair?
No.
Nothing fair about it. We didn't say this was going to be a fair day, did we?
No.
And it isn't. It's a horrid day. Okay, you ready? What did you people who are wearing blue collars now find out today?
I know what they felt like yesterday.
I did too. How did they feel yesterday?
Down. Like a dog on a leash. Yeah. Like you're chaining them up into prison. Like you're throwing the key away.
Should the color of some other person's eyes have anything to do with how you treat them?
No.
All right, then should the color of their skin?
No.
Should you judge people
No.
by the color of their skin?
No.
When you see a black man or an Indian or someone walking down the street, are you going to say, look at that silly looking thing?
No.
Does it make any difference whether their skin is black or white?
No.
Or yellow?
No.
Or red?
No.
Is that how you decide whether people are good or bad?
No.
Is that what makes people good or bad?
No.
Now you know a little bit more than you knew at the beginning of this week?
Yes.
Okay, now are you back?
Yes.
That feel better?
Yes.
Does the color of eyes that you have make any difference in the kind of person you are?
No.
This is a special week.
So innocent and sincere. That teacher is a saint who I'm so grateful left behind this lesson for us to digest. And the conclusion I came to is only by giving or subjecting someone to similar treatment as what they're giving can they really understand the effects of those treatments. I hope you enjoyed this program as much as I did. Deprogramming the Willie Lynch syndrome. That means every color united for life. And that is the objective. Before becoming mayor of NYC, it's the rise of the good people. And the objective is every color united. Then you'll see.